So my name is Hare Krishna Das. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. Been traveling for the last 11 years. And we're here in Surface Paradise, which is not the most pure of places. But we're making an endeavor to infiltrate the youth of Australia with Krishna consciousness through nightly, for 1 week, 4 hours every night, with very intense, very powerful Harinam Sankirtan.
It has been very interesting. Usually we don't get so many kids in one spot. The only Harinam I could actually compare it to is the King's Day Harinam in Holland, Amsterdam. There also many people join because it's like a street party as well. So, but this is a bit different because it's mostly just teenage kids. So they're really excited. They really want to party.
It's just something special. Like people are just there, having fun. But at the same time, just when it comes to holy name, they just give themselves. They lift their arm and just chant like anything. I've never seen in a group of people chanting like crazy. I mean, sometimes even us as a devotee, when there's a kirtan mela or something, we don't chant like these kids,
Yeah, it's been amazing. The response is that you just start and they come running. They just come running and they don't know what it is at all. They hear the beats and then they realize that you're someone different. You're not there to get anything from them. You're just there to give. And you're not part of that intoxicated crowd. You're not part of that materialistic marketing crowd. There's something else. And then they figure out like we're singing something. And then we have this big mantra sign. And they say, oh, they're singing that. Sometimes we make them chant through the mantra. And they call out to Krishna. And you just, the looks in their face, the spark in their eyes, the happiness that they truly feel beyond whatever's been offered to them in the form of drugs, alcohol, sex, or some sort of social media buzz.
Really standing out to me is the way that the whole group focus is building up. Sort of the devotees are getting absorbed in chanting. And when the kids come, it just spills over to them. And every day, even 2 days ago, there was rain. There still kids came and they just danced their heads off.
We tried it in 2015 the first time. The local devotees here, his name is Madhavananda Puru. He's in charge of the Bhakti Center here in the Gold Coast. So you should try it. And I remember when I was growing up in Australia, and it was time to graduate, and it's like friends were going to Schoolies. And I was like, no way. And like being a karmi, being a non-devotee, and you don't want to go to that Schoolies. So I'm thinking, now I'm devotee, why would I want to go? I know how trashy it is. And he's like, no, just try it. So okay, let's try it. And the response was amazing. It's like, out of all the places in the world, to get that type of response, and they don't, like usually when we do Harinam, you get a group of people, you make them chant, you make them dance, and it all happens, the interaction happens within 2 to 5 minutes max. And then like they go away maybe with a book or with a good impression. But these kids, they just stay 2, 3, 4 hours chanting holy name, dancing, So I mean, I never experienced that, It was like even better than any temple festival. The way they chanted, calling out to Krishna, it's, obviously it's namabhas, it's like this unknowing, even though you don't know about it, the medicine works. A child or an adult touches the fire, acts the same, regardless, whether they're in ignorance or knowledge. So, I mean, they're feeling it. And when you see the inspiration in them, that inspires me to chant. Pretty much in Australia now, anyone who's under 25 has not heard of Hare Krishna. because we're not out there on the streets publicly, constantly. So that only happened 40, 30 years ago. So only when the, your old people who are like 60, 50 years old now, they see you. I haven't seen you for like 30, 40 years. Where you been? So that means anyone who was alive, when we weren't around 30, 40 years, they haven't seen us. So it's a first impression, and that first impressions last. When it's such a good impression in the heart, they feel so much happiness. So then maybe 1, 2, 3 years later, they'll meet a devotee, maybe take a book, maybe come to a temple. They will not feel intimidated. They'll feel like these are good people. We had such a good time with them at Schoolies.
Yeah, there's 20,000 kids coming in. It's a great opportunity for us, to at least present Krishna consciousness. Like I go out on Harinam, and what I find is like people in Australia, like whoever like right now is 70, 65-year-old, when they see us in Harinam, they immediately connect with us. They have big bright face, and they know who Hare Krishnas are. Because I can imagine that when they are in 20s, of course there was a lot of activities, like Krishna's devotees are going out, chanting on the street, distributing prasadam. But then there's a big gap. Like some people, they don't even know who we are, what is Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, what is it about, right? But these kids, they're young, and if we just present them this Krishna consciousness, this bliss, they will definitely remember all their life, and they will have really good impact on their life.
Not everyone comes to the temple. The street allows everyone to join, and I think a part of our movement is to preach to everyone. That's what Lord Chaitanya wanted. Like even on Harinam, we see many ladies in burqas, joining and dancing. You won't see that in the temple. And it's just able to spread that mercy out to everyone.
In the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, it is said, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami writes, Sei pancha tattva mili prithivya siya purva prema pandaniya mudra ugadiya. Sei pancha mili lutta prema korya sadanyata yata piya trishna badragnaksha. And it is said that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came into this world and he broke open the storehouse of love of Godhead. And he and his associates, the Panchatattva, they plundered that storehouse. And they flooded the whole world with this love of Godhead. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks us to help him in spreading this mission. And that's why we have to go out on the street and help him flood everybody with this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
It's the mood of Lord Chaitanya. So he used to go out on the street and give the holy name to everyone. And we're just following his footsteps, the footsteps of the acharyas, trying to spread the holy name in every town and village. So Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself in the mood of a devotee, trying to distribute the love of Godhead. So in the form of holy name. So he appeared around 500 years ago in India, and that's how this movement started, the Sankirtan movement. Mm-hmm. So he's the one who started this movement, and we're just trying to be part of him, part of the movement, trying our best to do as much as we can individually to try and spread the holy name.
Sadhya Sachi Das. We have a book table and we're meeting the people here at Surfers Paradise to interest them in our literature and also to connect them to our local Bhakti Center and farm in Moolamba. People are always inquisitive. They've seen us somewhere, they've seen us doing Harinam, or they met us some years back. So they're friendly and they're willing to give donations and take books. Harinam means we are out in the streets, loud chanting in public. So we bring our instruments, we have our microphones, and it is an interactive way of doing meditation as a group.
So we're on our 4th day here. So last night on the 3rd day, one boy, he followed us all the way to the end. And then he reeled to Savisachi that actually I was going to take my life last night. There's no meaning in my life. But then I saw you guys. And not only did I just see you, I chanted and danced with you for hours. And now this is the only thing that gives me meaning in life. And he said he'll join us tonight. Let's see. But I mean, that's a big thing. You know, suicide thoughts is not light.
So the Maha Mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So it's comprised of 3 words, Hare, Krishna, and Rama. So Hare is feminine energy of Krishna, who is the Supreme Lord, or Radharani. Krishna is Krishna, the blue god in the sky. And Rama is another one of Krishna's forms. So, yeah, and Krishna's name is non-different from he himself. Yeah.
And in one word, how does the Maha Mantra make you feel?
Blissful.
Ecstatic.
Blissful.
The most fortunate person, fortunate, joyful.
This is the best time and the best city to spread the holy name, you know. Like you see these schoolies coming here, they're young, they're fresh, you know. Like if you can give them something new, something fresh, they will take it and they will keep it, you know, for the rest of their life.
They generally unsure what is this that is attracting them. They don't know the lyrics immediately, but they like the rhythm. And then when they come, we make them repeat the holy name, and then it bypasses the mind and the heart can relate to this vibration. Generally, they're in what we call ecstasy. They find great joy, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and they find a connection to the guys that do the meditation.
I would say my experience here at Schoolies for the first time, I've seen a lot of kids, they've been chanting the Maha Mantra with so much dedication. It's very fascinating to see these kids who doesn't even know what this is, and they're getting delivered by this movement. And especially when we do Harinam at Schoolies, these kids are mainly the future of the nation, if you see. They are the ones who, at the moment coming out of year 12, go to uni, they're going to be lawyers, they're going to be situated in many places which is higher position. It will be good that their consciousness is purified by this mantra. And if somehow or other someone takes this movement seriously, then that's the best thing that people in power can deliver the good message to the mass, which is the most important one. So I feel that what we are doing at Schoolies is one of the best Harinam I have seen.
Harinam is very easy process. Everyone can take part. Anyone, doesn't matter, you know, like what color you are, like where you're from. You can all unite and just chant together and get full mercy out of it.
Recommend them to join? Of course. I think it's a fantastic opportunity. It's only 1 week or 1.5 weeks a year where you get to preach to masses of people and kids, you know. I think what's special about Schoolies is that people just keep coming in floods and floods and floods, and they just want to keep chanting. And it's a surreal, far-out experience that everyone should just see.
Just come. Just come and absorb in doing Harinam with us. If you don't feel like it, when you come here, you'll definitely feel the mercy of Lord Chaitanya flowing on the streets of Surfer's Paradise.
Everyone's welcome. All the devotees are welcome to take part in this great preaching in Australia. If we do it 7 years, you catch a whole generation. And it's very powerful. We feel the mercy every time. And we just need people to come and chant, dance. If you can play an instrument, play an instrument. If you can make prasadam for the devotees, do that. And you don't have to do it every night, but at least come and experience the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Witness it for yourself. The darshan is not in the temple is in the streets with Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya brought the kirtan out of the temple onto the streets for the fallen conditioned souls. This Harinam Sankirtan is considered more powerful the more people that join in. And we have the knowledge, we have the mercy. We need to distribute, and the more you distribute, the more you get back. So you can just contact me either on Facebook or on Instagram, Harinam Ananda Das, and we can find out how you can get involved.